Hi folks, welcome to another video. All right, so this is the continuation of the higher probability trade series, and in this video, I will be sharing, based on my experience, the high probability trade setups which I have seen over the years, right, of trading, right? I've been trading for quite a while. I'm not talking about 1 or 2 years, right? So now we want to talk about. I said in the previous video that uh if you want to get the most of this teaching, do well to make sure you follow the teachings as they are posted. Don't skip anyone. I posted the first video. Please do well to watch that one. Then when you're done with that one, you can come over to this one, right? It is a step-by-step 4-part series. I'll be sharing the trade ideas that I have found that are high probability that will give you that win. That's when you're looking for to boost your account. And in the previous video, I told you what a real high probability trade is. I told you that what it isn't. I told you that it's not a 100% guaranteed trade and all of that. I told you a lot of things. If you want to watch that video, please watch it before heading over to this one, because this one is more of practicals, right? So now I'll be sharing one of the ideas that has made me very profitable, and that is what I call the turtle soup. I know that many of you must have heard about it, but are still making losses. That is why you should listen to what I have to tell you today. I want to tell you how a turtle soup setup is one of the best trading setups that you could ever understand. And I want to share my experience based on that, right? So now I'll be heading over to my Telegram community, and I want to show you some things. So this is something I'll be giving you for free, right? Once you join the Telegram community, I'll be sharing this archive to you, right? This is more of the theoretical part of this teaching, the only theoretical part actually, and then you can go over to what live and direct data, right? Or live analysis, right? So now the total soup setup is a stop hunt that is what is used to neutralize stop losses, right? And it's a force break. So it's literally a force break, right? Because at times that you would think it's a force break and market will continue going higher, right? I will teach you how to avoid that. So it's usually a force break and the market comes back and does its thing, right? Now, what is next? We have two kinds of turtle soup, the turtle soup long and the turtle soup short, right? You should know that already, that one for a buy and one for a sell. Okay. These these are the terms you will find in it. You see BSL rate and all of that, right? You want to see BSL rate, then you have a turtle soup setup for a sell and then all of that. So if you want this PDF, I will share to you. Right. So this is what basically turtle soup looks like, right? So you want to see the market, take out BSL and then reverse and come back. All right. So that gives you what turtle soup setup, right? So you want to see this X could remain previous day high of the day, old high, or equal highs, right? So to see price predicts. Remember, the market is usually bullish. Market is bullish to make a higher high. So now, how do you know that this is going to hold? That's what I'm going to teach you. So you have the one for a sell, just the reverse, and all of that. So now, if you want this PDF, just join my Telegram community. I'll be sharing it for free. Just join the Telegram community. I'll be sharing it for free. You can just have it. All right. So now let's go back to chart data. Now, I told you that we have turtle soup. Now, the components. Now, remember that if the market is bullish, it should continue doing what? Making higher highs and higher lows. How do you know that this is a false break? How do you know that this high is a false break and it's going to do what? Reverse. Instead of continue trading higher. That is what I want to teach you. And that's what this high probability trade stuff is all about. All right. So please follow me closely. Follow me. All right, just follow me. All right. So now we have gotten that. Now the next thing we do is we outline what makes a high probability turtle soup. The first thing we want to have is what? The higher time frame structure. This is what makes it a high probability now. So it won't be caught off guard or bias. So we want to see this. The next thing we want to see is price to what? Return to an unmitigated portion or unmitigated area. Unmitigated. Right. So unmitigated area or unmitigated area or what? Imbalance. So the two things you want to look out for. Now, what is the next thing you want to see? Want to see price do what? Want to see price do what? You want to see what? A stop run on lower time frame, on the lower time frame, right? And then after the stop run, what's the next thing you want to see? You want to see what? That change of character and retest. This is just what makes it high probability. You could trade the turtle soup and you get stopped out. But when you understand these things I'm giving you the brass tacks. I'm giving you what makes what makes what makes. Right? I'm making what makes what happens. Right? So that you don't get caught off guard. Right? Follow, please. This is one of the teachings that you will not recover from in a hurry. Right? Please just follow me as I deliver this lecture to you. Please just follow me, right? Follow me. Now, this is what makes up our high probability trade setup. This is just all of it. Nothing else apart from this. Just this. Just this. Okay? Now, that being said, what else are we looking for? What's the next thing after this? What's the next thing? We go to illustrations. Now, this is what we want to see. Let me make it smaller so that will just be at the side. I can be seeing it, right? So it's just by the side there. It may not be visible. You may need to zoom, all of that. So now, on the higher time frame, let's assume this red line is the higher time frame, right? Let's assume the market is what? Giving a bullish setup. So you're bullish on the daily time frame, right? This red line is the bullish time frame. So maybe you had markets giving you higher highs and what? Higher lows, right? Let me just do that properly. So you have higher highs and higher lows, right? So market is bullish. And then next, you want to see what price return to an unmitigated area. So it means that the market gave an order block right here. So some other block, unmitigated order block here. So you want to see what price was return to that area. So you know price is returning what to that area of imbalance or unmitigated portion on the or unmitigated area of imbalance on the higher time frame. So price comes back to that order block, right? It could be an order block, an unmitigated area, and all of that, right? Now, on the lower time frame, you want to see what that stop run. So markets, maybe let's assume that let us give you like data now. So now market is coming close to the POI, and then on the lower time frame, maybe the 1 hour, you see the market do something like this, lower high, lower low, and then give that deep stop run, right? And then inside there, you see what a change of character. This is a turtle soup. Now I'll make this a different color so that you understand. The black line is what the lower time frame. So market comes towards that bigger time frame area, and then gives what that change of character, right? So you want to see this is a low. Market does the stop run, takes out all these lows because let's assume that market was rejecting here. Market came here, it's rejected, and then it came again and rejected, right? And market did was give that stop run. So this is a stop run. So this is a stop run. This will move down. This is a stop run, right? So you have seen that. Now we're going to see what a change of character and retest, right? So change of character and retest. Now, inside there, you now have what your change of character, US, and what retest. So this now gives you what a turtle soup opportunity to get enter the trade. So you have seen these are the components of the high probability turtle soup, right? Now, this is for the BSL. So this is what we call the turtle soup long. Have you seen the PDF? There was no, they didn't explain all this, but now I'm giving you what works. I'm just giving you the brag stats, folks. This is it. This is it. This is what works, right? Please, if you want to get that PDF, just join the Telegram community and you have it free. Nobody is charging you for a dime. Nobody is charging you. I'm not charging you. No one is going to charge you. And it's just free of charge, right? So now you have gotten your turtle soup long ID. Now it's a reverse for itself. So on the reverse end, you have what this. So turtle soup was short. Just a reverse of the whole thing, right? Remember the same thing. It's the same ideas, right? So you have what your higher time frame bias. So market is what bearish on the higher time frame. The market comes to what the unmitigated portion. Then the lower time frame, you see that stop run, and then what's that change of character? That is a turtle soup short. Very simple. You're using higher time frame to make sure that you're not getting wrong on this trade because this is a bearish market. This is a bearish market. Sometimes it can happen. Sometimes turtle soup can also happen this way, right? You can see the markets come to that area, and the market does give us small wick, and now above here, you now see the turtle soup form just above, just a little bit above. You see market do this, give that change of character. Just say, see turtle soup short because you just see a week, maybe just a week or maybe 5 minutes or something like this. No, bam, price. But for me, I don't like seeing price trade above a higher time frame. I want to see this happen on lower time frame, right? So now I've gotten what the components of a turtle soup high probability trade. Now, what else? We go to what? Recharts. And this is the part you're going to enjoy most. Now let's go to recharts. We're going to look at let's look at indices. So I saw this yesterday, so I think I should just use start with indices so you can see it. Now we'll go first of all, we'll head over to the daily time frame. That is the first place we're heading over to, the daily time frame. So first things first, we have the daily time frame. Now on this market, we had what a bullish market. So look at the structure of the market. We had our lower high, our lower low, our lower high, our lower low, and then what the break of structure. I can see two total soups here. The first one is down here because price is recruited down here, right? But I won't talk about this one yet. I'll talk about the recent one, and then we can go back to the previous one, right? I hope that is fine with you. So we'll talk about the recent one, and then we can go back to the previous one, right? So that is it. All right. Okay. Now let's go to the so on the bigger time frame, we had that total soup area. So we had that other block which was not mitigated, and was there an imbalance there? Let us check lower time frame, see there was an imbalance there. Was there an imbalance? Yes. So look at this slowly. Now we there was imbalance all over here. So we had evidence for a buy. So now we go back. Let us check the Fibonacci levels that occurred. So if I bring out my Fibonacci tool, if I bring it out, I have from swing high to swing low. And where was it? Look at it. Where was it? Below the 61.8 level. So it was adjusted up with 61.8 level, which was at the other block region. So we have higher time frame bias to this trade. So now what do? We go straight to the lower time frame to see if we can have that 30 soup setup. So now look at it. Let's go to 30 minutes. Let us just use the replay button. Okay, right. So now price was trading lower. So we can have that what lower high, lower low. Market did what? Market did what? Lower high, lower low. And then let us see what happens next. Let us just play a bit and see. Right. I kind of use my cursor here because I kind of, was doing it. I made a mistake, so I have to start it over again. That's why the markups are here. So market did what? Okay. Let's pause there. Let's pause. Let's pause. Look at something here. Market did what? Gave what? A lower high. It was the last high. And look at this push down. Follow me closely. Now, this push down was a total soup. This whole heavy move down, I took out stops. Let's check it on 15 minutes time frame. So you can see this push down. Okay, this was the exact candle, right? So let us highlight that candle. This was the exact candle that did the damage. This candle was the candle that gave that last push down. And then what happened next? We have price did what? Trade above that lower high. So this was the last push down. Market broke structure here. This is a change of character. And then this would have been an entry anywhere here. But for me, I would have been looking for imbalance area. So I would have just played just below this candle wick here. This is the imbalance area. So I would have just played here. Just here. My entry would have been here. Right, just there. So since it's a 1 hour time frame, we'll expect a good run. So this would have been my entry. All right, so this would have been my entry. This would have been my entry. Just here. I saw this happen. I would have just played that point just here. This would have been my entry. Right. Just below that imbalance. Let us play it again. I think it was here. Bam. Okay, imbalance here. So market get that BOS. I would have just played below this imbalance, and then my stop loss would have just been below just the week, right? And I'm targeting what heights, previous heights for my take profit. I was maybe looking for 1:3 or something like that. And you can see that it's panned out nicely, right? So let us play that and see. Let us play that and see. All right, so let us play that and see what happened. Yes. Let's just play that and see what happened. There, price, did it hit stop loss? Let's see. Never did. Right, it came for the imbalance, and you can see that price has been doing so well. Right, this was an amazing trade for real. Right, so it's an amazing trade, and wow, market did exceedingly well. It was an amazing one. It was an amazing run. It was an amazing run. It was an amazing run. Price did nicely. Right, it gave an amazing one. Let us jump to the previous data now. Let's see how far price went. Wow. Third place one is price gave an amazing one. Okay. So price gave an amazing 1:1:2.89. It's one making 2.89 on a trade. I still expect price to get here. Still expect price to come for this high. This be 1:5. This higher this week. This relative equal highs. Price should still get there, right? That would have been an amazing run. All right. So that is it. That is it. All right. That is it. That is it. So now let's look at another one I saw, another total setup I saw here. So now this is another kind of total setup. So let us delete all this and I show you what something. Right. I want to show you something that also panned out nicely and it did well. So now let me just show you something. Now I think I was looking at something also, another total setup here. So just look at it. Now price, let's just take price back here. So now market was bearish here. Look at this, another total setup. I'm not seeing another one here. Right. So market was what? Bearish. So look at it. Market was bearish all the way down here. And then if I mark the last lower high and lower low, so we had our range between here. So we had a lower high here and then a lower low. And look at what price did next. Just follow me. Price made a lower low and then look at what the market did. It gave what? Another lower high and lower low. So we had lower high and then another lower low here. So now this was the now was stop taken. This daily major low was taken, right? And then did what? Price now reaccumulated it. It was a change of break of structure here. Yes. So then we had our break of structure here inside there. Our BOS here. So there was a break of structure here. That is what below the old low. Remember that total soup always occurs below lows or above highs, right? This is another one. Right? When you see price reaccumulating below those, that is a total soup to take price higher, right? Especially when it has taken lows and give you a kind of break or social, right? So let's just see on 4 hour if we are getting an entry on this. Let us see if we are getting an entry on 4 hour on this market. So now we had that reaccumulation below low, daily total soup forming, right? Bigger the time frame, the higher the reward. So this was it. We had that low. So was that a sweep? Yes. So what I'm looking at for this area for a buy, maybe around there. Let us see. I don't think price came in, but let us see what happened. If price came there, right? Let us play it a bit and see. Right, I'm just showing you how this happens for sell scenarios as well. So let's see if price came there. It did, right? Let's see if price came down there. So that area of interest. Not really sure it came down there. Let us see. Nice. So price actually came there. So you can see price came there, right? So even though, let us see, even though you did not wait for this, you would have still called a trade here. If you saw, look at something here. Look at something I want to show you guys. This is how you would have called the first idea. You would have called this 2 times though, but I would have waiting for this major high to be taken out, right? I like to see major highs taken out. But now let us see. Now look, let's take a price back down here. Look at this. Let us see if there was another sweep there. So on this price, look at it. There was a first sweep here, right? And price did what? It broke higher. It broke higher, right? After it did this sweep, it did what? Broke above this last push down. So it would have been your first entry, but for me, I wouldn't have taken it because the daily was not really giving the confluence, right? But this would have still been your first trade idea. Price came back there, bam. So if you saw this, you would have gotten your entry just inside there. Right. So let me just pause there and see if we saw a smaller time frame entry inside there. Let's see. There was another small time frame entry inside it, right? A confirmation of the lower time frame. Let us see there was. All right, so there was. So look at this. Markets came to that PUI, and it was a very nice setup, really. So we had that was break or structure here. Price did above that last push down, right? And it was what a stop run, and price it was came down and retested it. Maybe if you played, let us say this last very down candle and this last down candle. Right? So it would have been an entry, and then we would have taken price all the way up. Right? But I would have waited for the 4 hour, you give that setup, and then that was a daily total soup, right? Remember, this one is counter trend, so you have to be very careful when you're using total soup that are not really in line with the higher time frame trend, right? Those are kind of counter trend trend. So I would have waited for the 4 hour to break the significant high before the what going for my total soup setup, right? And you can see that price rallied up, broke structure, and then it still came back there and it ran away. It was a massive trade. Like he bought and bought and bought and bought and bought and bought. That was an amazing one, right? An amazing one. So that is how we look for total soup setups in our higher time frame point of interest, right? So now let's look for another one. I think I saw this one on UCard. This will be the last trade I did. It was on the USD card. That was some time ago, right? So it was the USD card. Let's see if we can get the USD card and then we call it a day. All right. So I think that was on the USD card. I think I should stop this replay. I should stop this. All right. So let's get the USD card. So replay is done. I've showed you what I wanted to show you guys, and markets actually rallied up like I expected. It was an amazing trade, like really amazing. Right, so that was it. My bucket bought. So let us go back to where we were looking at. It was an amazing trade. Market, did he come back there? He did. So that is the total soup. We're looking for a lower time frame confirmation inside maybe 5 minutes, and then they have taken price all the way up. That is it. You want to see this is the total soup setup. I saw this on USD card. Let us see if I can get USD card and then I end it here. Right, it's the USD card explanation. Right, I want to also use this opportunity to give one last advert, right? Because it's very important to know this. Our mentorship program is will stop admitting new students. We'll stop admitting new students on Sunday, the 4th of August. So let me just show you that. All right, so you share. Let me show my Telegram. All right, so this is my Telegram community. So we are closing new intakes on Sunday. But we need a discount. We're giving a discount, right? Just to make sure you join us before we close our admission because we don't want more students tripping in and confusing or bringing us back since we have already gone through, right? So we're taking our last batch of students for the meantime to further notice. If you want to join us, it's just 24,000 naira instead of 30,000. So give it 11,000 naira off on it, and that is it. So we are doing very well. We had 200 traders in the month of August. One, look at it, he got funded on FC Niger 25%, and he just took in 14 days, and my students are killing it, right? Look at another one, he passed MFF. Look at it. This was it. This is it. This is the certificate. I covered his name uh, uh, for security reasons, and you can see he was thanking me and all of that, right? So we are doing very well. Believe me, we're doing very well, and that's why we're going to stop taking new students so we can build and make sure our students are doing exceedingly well. So if you want to join my mentorship program, use the link in the description or contact me on Telegram, right? So now back to chat. So I think on the USD card, we had that status super as well. I think I just go to my watch list and get the USD card from there. Right, that will be the last explanation. Right, this now also happens for cells. So how to use the USD card to show the one that happened for a cell. There's a total super idea as well. All right. Although it did not take a lot of time, but it was a beautiful setup. So I think I should just jump right to here. Right. All right, I think I called this trade. I called. I even posted the trade idea. If you don't believe me, check my Telegram community. I posted the trade idea. Everything played out nicely, right? So I was looking at USD card. So I was looking at USD card. Let us use the replay button to get where we're looking at, right? So I think it was around somewhere around there. So I think my network is kind of lagging, so it's kind of slow. All right. If network doesn't allow us, we may just end there. All right. So okay, it was around here. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay. So looking at this market was what bullish, right, to an extent. So we had what? Look at this. We had what? Our higher high here, our higher high, and then we had our higher low here, and then our higher high. And the market did what? It gave that break of structure, right? So we had what? A bullish confluence on the bigger time frame. Now, we want to see price come to an area of interest on the lower time frame, right? So this is our area of interest. So if you mark swing, I want to see if it was okay. So we're looking at our premium level. So we had an imbalance inside there. So this was an imbalance to the idea. So it was an imbalance right inside there. So this was where I was looking at for a sell. Remember that I want to see an unmitigated portion on the bigger time frame. So this was the setup that I saw, and I think I called this trade idea out. Then we had an imbalance there, and I waited for price to get to that point, right? I waited for price to trade up to that imbalance area, and so this was it. So looking at this, remember that you must do this in line with the trend so that you have more chances of winning your trades, right? So I was watching price. Price was doing what? It was just doing its thing. So price was doing its thing, and I was waiting just here. I was waiting just here, waiting for price to come up there, right? You're not concerned about all this. You want to just catch the high probability move, and bam, price got there, right? This was where price got there. I think I should pause it here. So price got there around there. So this was where price got there, right there. And remember that you want to see price was trade above a high. So price came above this high. This was a high. Want to see that stop run, total setup, and then I went towards the lower time frame to see if I can get my entry. So you want to see price trade above that previous high. Remember what we're looking at, top down analysis. So price did what? Came there. So I think the entry was on 5 minutes. It was on the 5 minutes, right? It was on the 5 minutes. That was what the entry was. So price came to there on the 5 minutes. I saw a beautiful sell setup on the 5 minutes. On the 5 minutes. So let us zoom out a bit so you can see what actually panned out there. So this was it on the 5 minutes. I saw price, doing its thing. The price came to my point of interest on the 5 minutes time frame. All right. So how did I get this trade idea? I waited for a confirmation inside that area of interest. If you don't believe me, just check the Telegram community. This was it. So what did price do that gave me the prompting to do? So first thing, we traded above that previous high, giving the total setup, and then we had our higher high, our higher low. Let me take out this auto. So we had our higher high, and then our higher low. Sorry, it's kind of lagging because of network or something. So we had our higher high, our higher low. Price went above this previous high. Look at it. Just look at it clearly. So price went above this previous high. This might be a long video. I'm sorry, but you have to get this clearly. So price traded above this previous high, and I was looking at this. So price traded above this previous high. It's giving what? A higher high, and then did what? Price it was made another higher high, and then broke lower. Right. So since I was looking at this, when I saw price break this short-term low, right? I saw price break the short-term trade and gave what? An order block. So I was looking at this order block for my entry. So I looked at this last consecutive buy candles, and that was my entry, I think. That was it. So I saw price trade above it, and I was looking for a short-term low to be broken. So I saw price break this low. So this low was broken. This low was broken. So we have two lows broken, giving us what? A confirmation. So that was a displacement. So price break the low with energy, right? So this was my confluence to take this, and I took the sell, and you can see it was a nice trade, very little stop loss. I got an amazing, although I closed kind of early because it was almost evening, so I didn't want to hold in a trade during an Asian session, right? So I called the entry here. It's in my Telegram community. If you don't believe me, I can't go start looking for it now. So it's my Telegram community. So I called it sell here, and then I took price all the way down here. This was an amazing 1:5.56, right? Before price reversed. That was the total soup idea, total soup, and it analyzed it. So that is all I want to show you guys. I show you guys trade that plays out most times, right? When you see the high probability trade setup, when you see the higher time frame giving you that reason, when you see that stop run and then a change of character. It's very simple setup, right? So this is all for now. So catch you in the next video. Join my mentorship program if you wish, and see you in class on Sunday. Discount ends on Sunday, and after that, it's whenever. We'll be accepting new students, right? Have a wonderful day. Be safe.